Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Good afternoon. Today is the 30th of November. I'm still here at the NEC in Birmingham for the Classic Car Show or Classic Motor Show, sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. And this is part 10 of a slightly shambolic shuffle. These are the shambolic shuffles because they're filmed on my phone. I might get interrupted by vibrations, announcements, I might fall over, I might get things wrong. That's just the way that it goes on this channel. We've done 9 parts so far, 5 yesterday and 4 today, and we've got more filming coming up tomorrow. So yes, it's been quite a journey. And indeed, what a journey. This is the Jowett Car Club, or Midland section of it, to be precise. And apparently in 2023 it will celebrate the fact that it's the oldest one-make car club in the world to celebrate 100 years. Jowett cars are limited short too. I think these were made in Bradford, as far as I remember. Quite sure what year this is. It's probably early 20s. This next one though, this is the Javelin. This is the car that I think bankrupted the company. I think the engine was too complicated or something like that. And they went under around, I think, 1953, 1954. It's a very handsome car. There's no doubt about that. It's rather nice, actually. Too many of them left. One of the cars that was in my grandparents' family when they were newly married was a Jowett Bradford. I think got married in about 1941. And these Jowett Bradfords were actually made, I think, until the early 50s. And they look very, very 30s, which they are, but this was the van that they had in my father's family growing up. You can see there's a little seat there. I think it was very practical. This is a 47. It's nice to see Jowett's actually kind of in a show like this. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Something a little bit more conventional, be some Wolseley's. This is a Wolseley 1500 Mark 1. I don't know if I see what year this is. It just gives a range of years on here. It was like a sort of posh Morris Minor, really, essentially, with a bigger boot and some nicer bits. You can see the steering wheel is very similar to the older type of minor wheel. And this is the Wolseley 1550, I think designed by Gerald Palmer, if I remember correctly. It's so busy here today. There we go, Wolseley 1550, it's just spelt out on the side of the bonnet there. Manufactured 56 to 58. This is a very late one. Registered September 58. Nice colour, it's very nice. Pre-war one here. Information boards are very helpful. 1934 Wolseley Hornet Special 14 horsepower. As found in 2017. Wow, so it's just been restored. And it is looking really quite nice. Just make sure I don't trip over anything here. No, I didn't trip it. I didn't trip over anything. Success. Right. Wolseley 2160 County. This is an enormous car. The size of this. Wow. Typical kind of 30s interior as well. I think those are advanced and retard switches on the ignition. Oh yes. Perfect luggage accessories as well. Ooh, there's a little thing in the back. A little bit small for a laptop, but maybe you could put an iPad on there or something. Very prescient of forces to do that in the 1930s.
a 3 Riley Elf. That would be nice. Oh, it's a classic loan project. This is a later Elf. I think this is the Mark III, from what I remember. So 67, 68. Riley as a make completely disappeared in 1969 because British Leyland just decided they had too many brands, which is a shame, because I like Rileys very much. 65 Mark II Riley Elf. I think we'll be able to see a bit more of the side of this one. So this is one which had the original sliding windows and kind of house-style door handles. Ooh, there's Paddington on there. Hello, Paddington. There we go. You can see the back end of them looks very, very different from the Mini. 67 one here. Anyway, you can see even got the sort of latest style door mirror on it. This one. 2 light mat views. That's a lovely car. I don't know if that's vinyl or leather available. There we go. So, yeah, August 69. Discontinued. Another Elf Mark III here. 67. It's an interesting colour. Ooh. It's an early one. White all tired and everything. Despite saying MG on there, it's not an MG. This is a 62 in Chartreuse yellow and Florentine or Florentine. Answers in the comment section below. It's very, very sort of typical early 60s. You can see imagine a Triumph Herald that colour as well. Chassis number 6 of 10 pre-production Elves made. I think these were bought from 61, so this would be a 61. Is this colour original? Interesting. Just say. Oh, it was originally grey. Okay, let's move on. I think I was talking about how Morris commercial vehicles in the 60s are often also badged as Austins, and this is no exception. This is an Austin van based on a Morris Minor. I forget what it's called. It's 600 weight. There we go. It's 68. The only other Austin I've seen of the Morris Minor shape was actually a post office van. So these aren't very common, particularly. I don't know why they marketed both. I think it's because they had separate Morris and Austin dealerships, so they didn't want people to be left out whilst they rationalised the designs and things. But there we go. It's a bit more conventional. OW, I think, is a Portsmouth or Southampton registration. It's a 65 pickup. This is an incredibly late one. Again, in Austin, to a 600 weight on a K. So 1971 only, I think that's when they finished production of the vans, from what I remember. There we go. It's a Rolls Royce dealership that Leyland was using that. Found some Austin 7s here. Already looked at some in one of the previous parts, but this is a 25 7 Pramhood Chummy. See what we've got with the headlamps up there. It's in really nice condition, this. Really nice. Austin TT replica. This one's about 1930. It's a replica of a TT car. My gosh, you don't want to burn your hand on that. It's bad. It's very, very bad. It makes quite an interesting noise. One of the exhaust comes out the back of there. It's be a later 7. Is this a Ruby? Let's take a look. Oh no, it's a 7RP saloon. This one is, it looks like something like an early Lotus. That's 7 Cowley Special. It's not really even a seat, is it? It's like kind of difficult to getting in that view. Ooh, the Austin 10 Drivers Club. Gosh, I'm sort of getting through and learning quite a lot about these older cars. So I really don't know anything about pre-war cars at all. Austin Hartford 18 horsepower saloon from 1936. Austin 10 4-door saloon deluxe, so a little bit bigger than a 7. What's this one here? Let's take a look at the information boards. That'll help. That one's a 34. This is a 37. The guy had a boat tied up. It says Austin 6 on it, but it's Austin 14. This is pretty confusing, viewers. I am getting confused. Maybe it's a 6 because of the engine. I don't know. Don't know at all. Guildford plate on that one. The size of that's a little luggage storage station system. Austin 20 Mayfair limousine. It's bought from Dorchester. 1936. That does look very shiny. Let's go over and look at some Austin A30 and A35s, because I don't think we've been to those yet. In fact, I know we haven't been to them yet. Wow, is that a nice cream van? That looks like fun. Wow. Oh, it's probably not real ice cream, my viewers, is it? No, it's fake. Could do with an ice cream. Kenny the A30 Countryman. It's now been turned into an ice cream van. Fabulous. Is that pickup? I don't know if that's an A30 or A35. I know you look at the rear window and decide if it's one of the main ways to decide whether it's got a big or small rear window. Let's take a look. Yes, and of course they're available in both 4-door and 2-door versions. I haven't got anything to compare this against, viewers, so I'm going to say I don't actually know if that's an A30 or A35. Yeah, I'm not sure. These seem to have the same size rear window. Oh, okay, so this is for both the A30s because of the small rear window. Fantastic. Oh, right, it's an 803cc Gold Seal engine. It's a 7-spec ultra basic. It does look very basic. There's not lots of sort of chrome or anything like that. Interesting. Just see this rather fetching 7172 Lotus Elan Sprint on this Car Gods custom detailing stand. Certainly that's looking very good. Very nice indeed. Pro block, sanding block to make your old Ford pickup look more fetching. I think this Morris Oxford could probably do with those sanding blocks. It's looking a little bit worse for wear. 1970 Morris Oxford, one owner, 13,000 miles. This could be yours for just under £3,000. Buick Invicta. I've never seen or heard of one of these before in my life. This is a 1961. Just have a little sneaky peek inside. Wow. Typical vast General Motors thing at the time. Although, like, the overhangs on this are ridiculous, but that is the American way at the time. 1979 to 1980. Citroën 2CV, showcasing the Michelin X tyres, and it is for sale. So Mr. Bill from the Walls Wheels channel always says this could be yours. 1966 Austin Mini Mark 1 850cc. These are really quite pricey cars now. Really quite pricey. But it looks pretty perfect to me. I mean, the interior looks perfect. That's the correct colour, I think, for the cylinder head and the block. And this little wavy grille. Excellent. Right, I knew we'd eventually make it here, viewers. This is the combined hub nut iDriver Classic and Furious driving stack. This is took in the car model 70. I think this is a 1972. I last saw this car in person at the Retro Rides Weekender at Goodwood in May 2019, and the condition of the glass fibre bodywork hasn't actually got any better. I don't know what you do about something like this. It's not like it's metal and you can just sort of, I don't know, do some sanding and weld some new metal in. You can't do that. So as long as Ian's happy, it's okay, then I'm sure it's fine. Here we have Steph's newest acquisition. This was in a garage for a long time. I think about 10-11 years. I think it's a 93 or 94 Proton 1.5 GL. They did not use the Saga name in this country, although that was used in other parts of the world, including Malaysia, where this car was made. I actually used to have a very similar car to this myself. I had an L registration Proton 1.3 GLS saloon that was very similar to this. Slight differences in some of the things. I mean, I didn't get body coloured mirrors on my car. The seats though in this are absolutely identical to the ones I had in mine. Mine also had a sunroof, which was terrible because it had to be sealed up. I remember these little stickers I had on mine too, and that. The boots of these always leak. This one though is in considerably better condition than the one that I had. The engines are very reliable in these indeed. They're extremely reliable. So it fired up almost immediately, which I wasn't really surprised about, knowing that. Of course, here is Giselle, the Citroën GSA. I think this is an 86, so it's a very late one. I forget, I think this is a Special, but with a Palace interior. From what I remember. There we go. Yeah, it is. You can tell it's the Seabrooks car, you don't have to sort of think too much about that. Now Mr. Richardson is busy here. I mean, this is one of the probably the busiest stands in the entire show at the moment. This is a 1988 Volvo 740 GL that I have actually had on my channel twice. First of all in March 2020, when we thought we were taking this to Santa Pod for a challenge, which never actually happened because of the lockdown. I did a walk around of it, and then in October 2020 I actually had a drive of this, and it was an awful lot of fun. It was in much better condition by the time we got to October. So if you want to look up no budget reviews Volvo 740 GL, then you can actually see a review of this on the channel. And Mr. Richardson is here as well. You're looking very suspicious today, Mr. Richardson. You're trying to hide from me too.
Hello, Joseph. It's a pleasure to see you. Oh, God.
Are you wearing your own merchandise again, sir?
Of course I am. There's plenty of it available.
Well, I know, sir, but you're going straight into shameless promotion.
Yes, mere £10 for the Broken Rovers t-shirt.
Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, I think this video is going up like quite a lot after tonight.
Well,
so
no, that's okay, because if you go to shop@furiousdriving.co.uk, you can PayPal me and I'll post it to you.
I knew you'd find a way around it, sir. Right, viewers. Now we've said hello to various people. There is Mr. Seabrook. I think you can just about see Steph in the background there. They are very busy, so I'm not going to disturb them. We will continue and go into Hall 3. We're actually doing a lot better than yesterday, viewers. We've done 2 entire halls today, and we're heading into a third one. So, yes, I'm pretty happy about that, really. Let's keep going. Ooh, very nice. Jaguar XJS with a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers, particularly accompanied by some nice walnuts like this one is. So this is, I think, a 91. It's before the final facelift came for these, where they did things like adjusting the buttresses and things like that. But it's a V12. Very nice. Very, very nice. Ooh, here's the place where you can get a shell for your... Oh, I forget the name of the company who build these. It's the MST. So this is like a demonstrator of theirs. It's 71 plate Mark 1 Escort shell with side repeaters from the Sierra. So there we go. You can buy a body shell and have it registered as a brand new car. There we go, MST in there. Still got loads of original Mark 2 Escort parts on it. You'd never know unless you were, well, I don't know, like an enthusiast. Now this, viewers, I was not expecting to see. It's a Vauxhall Nova 1.3 SR. So it's an F registration, so 88, 89. I think this is a sort of first facelift one. Second facelift was a bit later when they kind of sort of blacked out the rear lights and things like that and got rid of the amber indicators. So rare now. A lot of these were modified in the early 2000s, and or they were crashed or were rusted away, so they are quite rare. Ooh. A late Escort RS Cosworth. You can tell that because it's got the airbag in it. Lots and lots of minis. Let's just quickly look at these. I really don't know anything about minis, to be honest with you. I really don't. Mr. Bill from the Walls Wills channel is your person to talk about those. I just know that this one's a Cooper and it dates from 1995 or 1996. And so this is a Mark 7 Cooper on an R, so 97, 98. We'll go quickly around the middle of this mini. If something you want to see, these I'm sure. 76, 77 Mini 1275 GT. Sporty wheel and all the sort of gauges. After the Cooper was discontinued in the early 70s, the 1275 GT was the sort of nippiest mini that you could get. What type is this? It's a cherry red Mini 30. It's not cherry red anymore though, but it looks like a Mini 30 in here. It's interesting. It's got the steering wheel which shows you. That's nice. I do have a review of a classic Mini on my channel. It's a similar age to this. It's an 89 Mini Mayfair on Tweed Jacket Reviews if you want to look that up. Anybody is interested in that. So we've got some
R53 minis here. This is a Cooper S from 2002. Another Cooper S, this is also from 2002. Oh, it's a Paddy Hopkirk edition. Okay, that's why they've got two of them here. Supercharged, it's called the Tritec engine. It's coded up with Chrysler. There we are, there's the interior. I do have a review of an R50 Mini Viewers. It's actually the one that Mr. Richardson Furious Driving owns. That's on a no budget review. You just type in Mini Cooper, no budget reviews into Google search, it'll come up. Good old Mini Y register. We do like the R50 Mini register. Oh, it's a very late one on a V, so 99 Mini 40. Still only got a 4-speed gearbox, but it's a Mark 7. It's got the driver's airbag. It's very smart. I've never seen a Mini 40 before. Oh, the twin engine minis. Twinnies. I bet those were quite fast. It's a 65, that one. Oh, sorry, no, the red one's a 66, the green one's a 65. So there's the just double trouble really with two twin engine minis. What's it say? Oh, it's a GTM. Oh, yeah. GTM's the make. I forget what the model is. This car was found in a workshop in January 2017. It's a 76. Okay. Yeah, I forget. Morris Bruner door handles. I totally forget what. It's a GTM, but I forget the model. This is a. Oh, this is a Mini Marcos or something like that. That's what it looks like. 66. This is probably another GTM. Mini base kit cars. That one's got quite different rear lights than the other one. See what's a later model. We're gradually working our way over to the MG Owners Club, where I think we've got a car that's actually been on my channel, which I'm going to try to find. But we'll just have a look at a couple of other stands before we go there. 1974 Hillman Imp Super, that's quite a late one. Although, yeah, it's got a BMW 1.2 motorcycle engine in it now. Be a slight handful of viewers, I think, something like this. I wonder what this one is. It's a 67 Hillman Super Imp. 1976 Hillman Imp Caledonian. Okay, this is what I think it's the special edition right at the production, because production of these was at a place called Linwood, which is near Glasgow. They built them there because they got a big grant from the government to do so. Didn't end well for them, unfortunately. Ooh, Hillman Avenger Estate. Oh, that's good. That's nice. It's in beautiful condition. And a beige vinyl interior. I wonder if this is a 1250, I think it was, or 1500. I think they enlarged the engines after that a little bit. Very nice. So 72, 73 plate. Right, just get this right. Talbot Lotus Sunbeam is what these were known as. This has got the flush headlamps, so it'd be, I think, an 81 car with the flush headlamps. Pretty fast. Another one's T, so I think a 79 on the T. Coventry plate, of course. Like this one, another Coventry plate on the V, so 7980. Now that looks very similar to a car that one of my friends owned, but it isn't. This is an MGC. So it's 1970 it would be on a J. It was for last year production of the MGC, was actually 69, so it'd be a late registration on that. C series engine, 2.9. MG TF 160 from 2004. If that plate's correct, it might not be. Ooh, Burton's got some modified Mark II Cortinas. 69 Cortina GT Savage. Ooh. Yes, these have got the Essex V6 in them, they are savage. I think it's a 2.5 of these, but that's just actually 3.1, so it's a bit different. Another Lotus Cortina. Yeah, we're getting their views. I can see where we're ending up. Lotus Cortina 1965. Ooh, Mark 1 Mondeo. This is a Paul Radisich type one. It used to be in the British Touring Car Championship. Answers in the comments section below. It's got this sort of gear grille. And another Mark 1S grills. We've seen lots and lots of those viewers at the show. They seem to be pretty popular. Ooh, is this Aston Martin DB24? That's just been restored. They've done a very good job of that. We're always in Scotland. Right, let's take a pause here. Now this is a car I've never seen in real life, but I've heard of these. This is a Nayla Tf 1700. It's a 1980s replica of the original MG TF from the 1950s. And this actually uses the engine out of the Morris Ital. It's a 1.7 O series engine in this. Yeah, Nayla cars and Hudson Motor Company between 84 and 92. Nayla's prototype obtained type approval. Don't think that's leather, unfortunately, viewers, but never mind. It's like some things like Morris Ital bits in it, Metro bits in here, whatever you can find really to sort of go through the regulations, which is not a bad thing. Just have a look at these Sunbeam Talbots here. Oh, that's nice. What is this? It's a beautiful car. In 1939, Sunbeam Talbot Sports Saloon. That's nice. This one, Sunbeam Alpine Roadster. It's one of these in a hitchcock film To Catch a Thief, I think, from what I remember. I don't know if it's similar to this one. I think it's a blue colour. If that's leather, viewers, and it's a beige leather interior, which to my mind is most agreeable because I do like a nice beige leather interior. Right, viewers, we've actually managed to achieve something today. This is the young members section of the MG Car Club stand, and this is a car that I've actually had on my channel. It's a 2004 MG TF 115 that was on No Budget Reviews recently. This is one of the nicest condition MG TFs in the country. I imagine Kieran, who owns this car, has spent a long time polishing this for the show, and it's just as beautiful as it was the day I drove it back in July. interesting that this is the bottom of the range MGTF. It doesn't have things like colour-coded door handles and door mirrors. But it's appeared in, practical classes, things like that. It was a privilege to drive this. Some other tasty treats here. 1967 MGB GT. And 72-73 MGB GT. And this should be a rubber bumper MGB. It's a 76. So I think this has had a little modification. I think there's, as well on this one, sort of chrome bumper on the back. But there's so many of these out there that you just modify them to your heart's content if that's what you want to do. Right, I will actually move to the main MG car club stand. Apparently there's something very... Oh no, viewers, there's a problem here. We found a Panther DeVille. These are very, very, very rare cars, and this one has got the doors from an old BMC Land Crab on it. It's what it's supposed to look like, a Bugatti Royale. Robert Janker, the founder of Panther, was a pretty crazy man. Panther Calista, it's 2.8 Ford Cologne V6 in these, I think. That's why it has things like it has a Ford Fiesta steering column or something like that, with a Ford Sierra gear lever, Ford Granada Mark II handbrake. I think these were made under the ownership of Sanyong. So this is an 84, 85 one. Can't remember where these were made. Originally, the Panther Motor Company was based in Weybridge. Panther Lima, this was the predecessor to the Calista. I think these used Vauxhall engines. 2.3 slot 4 in this. I don't know what year this one is. Oh wow, is that the actual car from One Dalmatians? I think Rez will be dressing up today, but it certainly is. Oh gosh, it's even got the plates from it. I remember seeing on One Dalmatians about 1997 or something like that. Where else can you sort of go but you actually see two Panther DeVilles in the same place? Oh, this is the car that I've been told of. Yeah, this is the a one-off Jubilee edition midget. Oxford plate, BW, so made at Abingdon. Very, very 70s with the gold wheels, the gold stripe like that. Extremely 70s. Very, very, very clean. That's really, really quite nice. I do like dark green cars. 750 were made of the BGTs, but they're only one, and this is the only one. So, been the same ownership for 40 years. Isn't that crazy? Viewers, I do like Bristols. They are the gentleman's car. Bentley Rolls Royce, maybe a bit flashy. And this is one that you want. They only had one showroom in the whole world, which was at Olympia in London. And you can see the really clever things, like they're putting the spare wheel in the wing like this. I'm very bad with the actual Bristol models. I get very confused as to actually what they are. This is a 411 from 1975. But as you can see, the basic bodywork dates back a lot further. This 6970 model looks very similar to it. I think this is a... I can't remember. Answers in the comments section, viewers. But this is just basically a facelift of one of those.
and the rear lights of these changed several times. I can't remember what these are off. They look very familiar. They're off something contemporary to this, I forget, but later on Bristol's had things like, you know, lots of sanity rear lights and things like that. But yes, it's always been a car I've wanted to actually drive. I've never actually managed to achieve it, but maybe one day I'll get to drive one. This one in the middle, I think, is 401 or 402, no, 403, there we go. This will be sort of early 50s. Wow. Right, viewers, I think that's enough for today. I've done another 5 videos today. We'll come back and do some more cars in Hall 3 tomorrow, and then we'll just finish off by doing Halls 1 and 2. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel for that. Don't forget to like this video and to leave a comment below. If you've got notifications, it really does help. So then you can be informed when new videos go live. Thank you once again.